Hi, this is Jonna, the Preppy Crafty Girl, and I'm here with another series of my vintage girl kits. And this one is a little bit of homemaker, diva, that 1950s housewife era. And it all contains pink, so I hope you like pink for this kit. Okay, so this is going to be kit number 20 in the shop, and it's in my Etsy shop, and all the links are going to be linked below, and all these kits in the series are going to be time stamped so that you can easily rifle through if you don't want to sit and watch all the videos. But I'm going to go ahead and start with this one, starting with this because it's kind of casting a shadow. But okay, so this was in some vintage fabric I had, and I guess somebody was making a jacket or something like that, and they stopped. So this is all hand basted in there, but this fabric is luscious. It reminds me of a fabric like Jackie O would have worn back in the day. It's kind of that wool. It's just beautiful. It reminds me of her famous pink suit. So this is going in. There is a Spanish card that says pretty. There's a journaling card that was from an Anna Griffin page that I cut out, but it was the right colors. I thought it looked pretty. There's a vintage photo of 3 lovely ladies in their little shirtwaist dresses. So I thought that was nice. This is from a yearbook from 1954. Her name is Jo, evidently, because she signed her name. And yeah, so here is the pattern girl that goes with the kit. I think that I decided to do the black and white gingham because it popped off the page and pulled up some other black images that I have in here. But isn't she sweet? I just love her little shoes. I put in some buttons. This is, I don't know how old this button is, but I know that these 2 are old. This is actually etched in there, a rose, which I thought was perfect with the rose wallpaper. This is a knitted sweater fabric on there on this button. This is a scrap from a scrapbooking kit. I don't remember who came out with these, but I had like this whole diva line, and I just thought this is awesome. Diva, she craves the bling. So I think that's about all for like the newer items. Everything else, so just those 2, and I have a couple pieces of scrapbook paper that I thought would look nice with this kit, but I think there's only like 2 or 3, but everything else is original and vintage. A coaster, a note card, an index card. These are file folder labels. That's a bingo sheet, a 1960s receipt. This is Lovely Maiden on the one side, or if you're waiting for your honey to come home, this says When Johnny Comes Marching Home. 2 sheets of wrapping paper that I felt went nice with this kit. Then I have 4 sheets of that beautiful 1956 wallpaper out of that book. This came out of an old zipper. This is out of an old Betty Crocker cookbook. I love this. She makes the best pies. You'll rate that compliment. If you serve a perfect pie, delicious and fragrant, the crust so flaky it melts in your mouth. For instance, try a wedge of this apple pie, fresh cut and still warm from the oven. And she's pulling the pie out of the oven. I just thought that was really cute. And here's the pink kitchen, which I love, the pink, the green, and the yellow. That's kind of this colorway. Here is a handwritten strawberry cake. Here is a strawberry special, I think it's some kind of tort. It's called Strawberry Chantilly from the Betty Crocker recipe card library. This is a Breck girl. Isn't she gorgeous? From a 1960s magazine I have. And here is the scrapbook paper I was talking about. But I thought it was perfect because it said like Dreamer, Happy Days, Lively, Absolute Joy, Darling Dearest, and then this. And they're double-sided and they're heavy cardstock. And here's the third piece, which this is from England, and it's super, super heavy, but would make a great book cover or divider for your journal, or your planner. Here's one of those gold crown tags, pink on it. This is a little tally card from a French and English dictionary, and this had becoming, or beauty, beautiful, or if you're not feeling good that day, it also has bedraggled. So like that would be good with this one. Look at her, is she cute? So I have a little Precious Moments girl in there. Or if you have a man in your life that weightlifts, or if you weightlift. This was some kind of flashcard about money, but I thought the 29, you could use this if you were turning whatever age, you could be perpetually 29. A hand-stamped index card with my antique wooden-handled stamps and a little envelope, a sweet little playing card, a piece of money from some game. This is a Sunbonnet Baby notepad paper. These came out of, it's called my prayer request journal or something like that. I don't know, it was pretty old, but the pages were in really good shape. I'm putting in this Butterick because of the pink dress, so you're not gonna get the pattern, it's just the envelope. This is from 1989. Oh yes, I remember when all the back detail was in and it would make your, you know, hind end to look really huge. It was like, yeah, let's add some ruffles to that area that we want to accent. Okay, I digress. And here is some kind of card. I don't know what this was from, but anyway, I liked it because it was pink and gray. They're pink and black. These are fabric from a decorator swatch book. And look at this one's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. That again. So these will have holes, and the paper, because they came out of that swatch book. And I have 2 more sheets on, look at the eye makeup. See, so you can use these tips to make your eyes. Look at the yellow eyeshadow. And hairstyles. And then I had this giant clock for if you're gonna do a birthday or New Year's or anything like that. This is really cool. It came out of an old decoupage book. And that is this amazing kit. Okay, so this is the next kit, and I'm gonna say this is Working Girl Homemaker because here she goes from her working girl into housework. So this is the girl that does it all. This is the one where that song was written, I'm Every Woman. And so I'm starting out with this kind of color scheme. It's yellows and blues and greens and pops of red. And I'm adding in this really cute, somebody took pictures of their kitchen. I guess they got a new kitchen, but back in the day, they used to put the water heater in the kitchen. That was so crazy. And I just love the scale detail. It's just, yeah, the Formica countertops, the whole 9 yard. It's just really sweet. So I'm adding that in as a little touch of nostalgia. And then I have a little cute recipe card with strawberries. This is beautifully embossed. This is a beautiful recipe card. And a fruit on a table display. This is a plain card. This is empty. It doesn't have anything in it. Oh no, it has a little bit of Bondex in it. Okay, so there is a little piece of Bondex for you. This is a hot ironing tape, but I just thought this was really so cool. And you know, with her hand ironing, I loved this. I have also put in here, of course, a ribbon that was won at a county fair in Westmoreland. This is Pat Conrad. She won $1. It's from 1965. She won 3rd prize for her canned carrots. I love this. They're so cute. I have a couple of these and I use them as bookmarks. So good job, Pat Conrad, whoever you are. Okay, I have a new, never been used, but it's old, and it is a label for a can of butter beans. Here's our girls. If you don't like this color scheme and you want to flip it over, you can do the blue and pink if you want. I have a game card that had dinner on it. This is some of the wallpaper that I have from that 1956 wallpaper book, and look at them sitting there doing their laundry, and then she's hanging it up on the line and the little dog's looking in. So cute. A children's book of the lady grocery shopping. This is a page out of a mimeograph. I don't know exactly where it was from, but I thought this was really interesting because that's our last name. I wonder if she was related to me in any way. But this is for wallpaper cleaner. So it was like hints and tips. It was a book of like hints and tips from people from all over, which I found was really interesting. I'm gonna have to save this name and find out if they're related, because they're from Minnesota and my family is from Minnesota. I'm just noticing this. Sorry, this doesn't mean anything to you, but okay. Here's a card said specialty of the house. It was from a recipe card collection. It was a blank one. An ad that says be a show off, and it has a kitchen. This is a McCall's pattern. It's pretty torn up, but you can always glue this to something and you could stitch around it, put fabric on it or whatever to shore it up. This is beds, which I thought was kind of cool. And the other thing is I have a Spanish flashcard for bed. So I thought that would be kind of neat together. This came out of a grocery collection. It has like really cute, a toaster, a clock, a radio, glasses, or if you flip it over, it has food. So either way you want to use it. Who doesn't remember back in the 60s, the Hunt's tomato paste with the Mamma Mia? Yes, and it has the recipe for the pizza. Here's just an ad. Look how sweet she is with the KitchenAid dishwasher. Here is Precious Moments. I actually have 2 Precious Moments items in here. Here she is ironing with the kitten in the pocket. So cute. And then here she is cleaning. So she's got her little bucket and suds and stuff. And I found a song on sweeping and dusting. How perfect is that? This would be a great little Mother's Day kit too, if you're gonna want to get something for somebody for Mother's Day. And I put this on here because it had hearth. It had, what else? It had help. And this is a, oh, it had help and hearth. This is a English to French dictionary. Here is an ad for Hallmark House of Friendship, everything for entertaining ad. A little shopping list. 2 pieces of fabric. This is like a chintz, I think. I don't know if that's what it's called, to be honest with you, but it is probably was some, I don't know, some kind of napkin or something like that. Tablecloth, I have no idea, but anyway, it's really pretty, and I thought it went nicely with the set. And this is again a piece of the fabric out of the Decorator fabric book that I have, and it has strawberries on there and the blue and the yellow and the pink, so I thought it went really nicely. Here is a ad that had, or an article on little aprons. How cute would this be if you cut them out and then stitched them around on a pocket? That would be so cute in a journal. Not enough time in the day for me. Okay, so this is out of an Edith Holden crafting book, but look how lovely the bedroom is. So put that in there, and of course you have to have an end of the day chocolate, so there's a little piece of wrapping paper in there, and that is this kit. And on with the next. I just love how this kit turned out with all its purple lusciousness. So I've got some buttons. This is a really old button. There is a Betty Crocker recipe card. There is this adorable little like poodle taking a letter to the mailbox, laugh from Lois. Little note card, a beautiful bird out of a book, 4 of these round, I guess I don't really know what they were from, if they were quilting or they were going to make those little yo-yos, I'm not really sure. File label stickers, a bridge sheet, a piece of that luscious 1930s ledger. This is out of a grocery store stamp collecting book. However, it's purple, which I found was really interesting. These are this is an index card that I stamped on with that antique stamp I had, and this is a postcard. Here is a playing card, and here is a playing card, so there's 2, and then this is a game card. Isn't this beautiful? It's a book plate, so you could write your name on there. A wine label from 1973. A card that I got from a game down in Australia, but it is red cabbage, so it's purple. A note card. A purple flash card. This is a Simplicity pattern, and it has, I don't know if it's been used or not, it probably has, and it is from 1970. An index card, a little envelope, a Tim Holtz, one of those little pockets that he made. You pop these out and then you can tuck stuff in. It's die cut out of watercolor paper. 1954 yearbook pictures. A page out of a Betty Crocker cookbook. This is a page out of my 1960s pattern counter book. Oh my gosh. And then this wallpaper. Oh, I just love this wallpaper from 1956. Is that not gorgeous? And another sheet of it also. And here's just a little sticker I found, so I just tossed it in. This is one of those foldable notes that you fold over. Page out of an Edith Holden craft book. A page out of the, I don't know, a 1960s magazine that I have. Loved her. This is from an Ideal book. A map, but it had the green and the purple on it. 2 pages out of, or fabric pages out of those decorator books that I have. You should have enough here to make a nice little journal if you wanted to. Look how cute. Stitch around and make a little journal. 2 pages of wrapping paper. A piece of stationery paper. And 2 pieces of Anna Griffin scrapbook paper that I had that went with the motif, so I am just including that. And that is the purple kit. And stay tuned for the next one. Okay, I had to stop myself from continuing to add things to this kit because I just kept finding things to go with it. And I'm starting out with these 2 girls and this tan color, vintagey color with this blue and then hints of green and hints of yellow in her dress. And that's kind of what I went with. I'm gonna start out showing you the vintage photos, and the vintage little buttons, and then I have this tiny little buckle, so sweet. So you're gonna get those 5. Here's a lady in blue, and she's standing out in front of this building. So I added her in. I don't know who she is, but you know, you can make up a story. I like doing that too. Or you might know her. What if you do that? Some game money. A bridge. This has some writing, 1-1 on there. Card. A little decoupage fairy. A guidebook page. 3 pieces of that antique seam binding that I have, and I pulled these 3. I hand stamped the index cards with my antique index stamp. A piece of yearbook from a 1954 yearbook. I have some various sheets of paper in this beautiful vintage tone. Some different kind of journaling cards you could use along with a flashcard. A little note card. Betty Crocker recipe card. Wallpaper bits from my 1953 book. Actually, I put a lot in here. This kit has a lot of wallpaper. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. 2 index cards for journaling. A tag that I may have tea stained it or may have come that way. I'm not really sure. I just pulled it from my stash. I have 3 sheets of stationery. a English to French piece of dictionary paper, which is really thin and beautifully aged. Here is another sheet of stationery paper. And this came out of a sewing book. These lovely ladies. Some calico, I guess. I guess that's what it's called. There's a nice long strip of this. So dainty, it's really pretty. A sheet from the decorator. So we'll have the holes and we'll have the paper on it from the decorator swatch book. 3 sheets, and I usually don't add a lot of this in, but this kit I had the prettiest Melody Ross paper. She doesn't make it anymore. It's GCD, I think it was, designs, and I just thought that this, look at this, was going to be perfect with these girls. Oh my gosh. So you'll get that sheet. This one, they're really nice, heavyweight cardstock, and they have, this actually has an embossing treatment on there that, I don't know if you can see that, but it shines. And so does that one. And then this is just lovely. And this has a linen texture. A piece of my 1930s ledger paper. A cute little fun, it's called the Candid Casserole. So I guess they kind of went in together, the Bresto Chicken Tuna, along with the Kodak Flash Fun, Hawkeye Flash Fun camera, which is so sweet. Another article from a 1983 book I had, Diamonds. And then this one I thought was really cute, Artful Underpinnings. And I don't know, let's see, she's cute having her chicken noodle soup, which is really cute to use if you have kids homesick. So you can use either side of these pages. And that is the blue kit. Blue and tan kit. Lots of goodness in this kit. And stay tuned for the next one. Okay, girlfriends, this is the girlfriend kit, but you could use it for everything, you know, anything. There's a little bit of everything in it. And I'll just get started taking off some of the smaller items, like these little vintage. I love this little girl. Look how cute she is. These little playing cards. And then there are these 3 buttons that match the colorway. The color that I went with, this was my inspiration, so it has a lot of pops of green and pink and purple. And I have put a piece of my favorite wallpaper, rose wallpaper, in here, and this is a little bit of the border piece, so you have that sample. And then I found this amazing, look at them all in purple. I don't know if it was some club. They have little badges on. There's nothing on the back side. I don't know who these people are or where this was, but I'm sorry, I had to put this in here. This was kind of my inspiration to pull from. So I have some wine labels in here, and then I have, oh, there's another one over here. And then I had some sari silk in this gorgeous plum color that matches. A garment tag. Then I found this is perfect. Secrets are for keeping. There is a little bit of writing. I don't know if it's pencil. I'm not really sure. I didn't try to get it off, but this is just so cute out of a reader. A piece of letter stationery, engineer notebook page. Now, what would be better than a night out with the girls where you eat fondue? Yum. a note card. Look at this, perfect, if I do say so myself. A piece out of a field book, a yummy check, or what do you call that, receipt, a purple page out of one of those collector stamps from the grocery store, 2 little purple flowers cut out of a book that I actually got in Australia, a purple flashcard, egg curry souffle, a little handwritten, last from Lois note card. Look how cute. Another little note card, which is a postcard, a bingo sheet, a game piece of my 1930s ledger, a page from an ideals book, Garden Spring Friendships, a 1954 piece out of, and her name is Joyce, out of a yearbook, a page out of a Betty Crocker cookbook with table settings, pictures of some birds out of a book that I got in Australia, but I just love the colors with that. This is another plum. It goes with this one, which is more plum and gray and green. This is out of my wallpaper book. This is my favorite wallpaper that I'm sharing. And then here is a piece of an atlas, which has the purple and the green. There's purple, pink, and green in here. In that atlas, they could be little world traveler girls. 3 pieces of quilting fabric that were already cut. A page out of an Edith Holden craft book. 2 pieces of Anna Griffin paper. It's double-sided, nice cardstock. It's beautiful cardstock. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. A card that says to be done today in green, and then this cute little flash card. 2 pieces of fabric out of that decorator book, so it'll have the holes and paper on them, but it was perfect with those purple colors. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the purple girl kit, and I will be listing this in the shop also soon. And I hope you're enjoying these videos, and that you will follow, and that you will share, and I will have some journaling with me coming up soon. And just, if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and also favorite my shop, and you will get notifications when I post anything new. Okay, listen, I could not leave out the guys. And the guy kit is amazing, if I do so myself. I have pulled out all the stops on this one, and I'm so excited about this gentleman's kit. And I'll just get started. I've got 2 leather buttons. They are really old. They're so cool. And then I've got this Dad's Root Beer. It's a NOS label. Of course, there's typed, this is not me typing it, but I found it, and it's a typed barbecue sauce recipe. Then there's this Louis Rich barbecue time recipe little pamphlet. A receipt, a Peppers card, a English to French dictionary, hamburger, a little whistling kid with a cap, I got this in Denmark, and it's just this gentleman dress, but on this gold frame. It probably was a place card for something. Really old. And this little game piece with the boy with the cap on. A Spanish flashcard, says gentleman. This was some kind of game piece, says foreign car. 3 playing cards. This one's really, this had like a label on it or something like that at one time, or maybe it was on the front of a box. I don't know. This is how it kind of came, but the front's really cool with the money going in the bank. And of course, man's best friend, a puppy. And then I have this sweet out of Life magazine, a family. Look at this guy up here with his cowboy outfit on, Western outfit on, with his little pop gun. Precision tune, things to do today. You could make this your honey-do list. Chili pepper. This is a children's book page. This is out of my counter pattern book. Look at him with his, I think that's a pipe in his hand, and his apron. A bar of basics. I love this. I wish I could find this owl ice cube holder, cooler thingy. This is a JCPenney ad out of a 1960s Life magazine. And of course, you got the man cave down in the basement with the pool table and the walk-up bar. Except I was sitting here looking at this bar, and I can't for the life of me figure out how you would get back there. It looks like it's built away, but it's, yeah, I don't know how you get back there, unless sometimes they had a thing that lifted up, but there's no space for that. So I have no idea, unless it was just a set decoration. Anyway, my observation, but I thought that was really cool. And of course, tool time. And out of a Betty Crocker cookbook, I've got this beef sheet and all the different cuts of beef for your barbecuer. And then I've got a little notepad piece of paper, and this says beer, and I found this in my stash. Some old Budweiser wrapping paper. So if you don't drink, I apologize if you're offended, but I had to put it in there, come on. And so anyway, I thought this was great. And then you got the guy with the cleaver. And this is a Precious Moments. Look how cute. He's a little baker. The Sly Fox game card. Some Cool Dudes out of a 1954 yearbook page. A Betty Crocker recipe card I've turned into a little notepad. Some vintage wallpaper, of course, with the wood grain, and then this really cool textured tweed type wallpaper. Then there's this cookbook out of Sugar and Spice cookbook, and it says Gary's Hot Dogs. Thought it was really cute. This kid dragging the hot dogs around, and then frozen vegetables on the other side. It's really cute. And then these 2 pieces of fabric out of a decorator, and again, I'm going to state that it has 2 holes in it and paper on there, but it's out of a decorator sample book. And that is, but you can make a really, you know, this would make a great journal cover too for your book. Okay, so this is the guide kit, and it will be going in my shop, so stay tuned for another video. Okay, ladies, well, I think if you enjoy the color pink, you're gonna love this kit. And I am just, so I don't even know where to start. There's so many goodies here. I just kept piling them in. There's a bingo sheet and a little game, some game money. There is a pink recipe for a meal on kebabs. There's a playing card, a vintage playing card, a coaster. I'm not going to keep saying the word vintage because all of this is vintage, every single piece, other than 2 pieces of scrapbook paper that I put in here. So yeah, so I'm just going to keep going. And then I have some of this, I call it Jackie Kennedy fabric. I don't know, it's in the shape of a sleeve. So I guess this person had started, and I just went ahead and left the lining. Person had started some kind of jacket or something, a short sleeve jacket, and I guess never finished. And so I have this piece, and I just want to include it. I love this fabric, it's just beautiful. There is a typed out recipe for yum yums. I think that's so cute. And I put in one of these dividers because it's a lady and she's serving to her 2 lady friends. And this is all about, a lot of the pieces that are in here are about friendships. So I have this where they're all sitting on the couch, and I love this lady. She is just laughing out loud. It's such a great photo of these women. I love including vintage photos, people I don't even know. It's just, you know, kind of wondering what was happening in this situation. There's some buttons. These are beautiful. These are like pearlescent, and it has like an engraved rose on there. So pretty. And you can just see the ladies sitting around, you know, playing a card game. So there's a tally sheet. These came out of a prayer journal that was really old, and in here it had these pages, so I'm just gonna include those. This is a pink index card. This is an index card that I hand stamped, one of those with my wood, antique wood stamps, and some file folder labels. I don't know what this card was for, but it's a heavyweight card, and it's really nice. I'm not really sure just what it was for, some business, something from a business, but the colors were perfect. This sweet little note card, the little sunbonnet baby, chore sheet. Look at how glad I am for friends is on the one side and walking in circles on the other. This is on card. Then I have from a 1954 yearbook. These 4 ladies are on there. And of course you have to have the pink kitchen, right? I love it. That came out of a Betty Crocker old cookbook. Then I have the Days of Youth. And this is paper. This is one of the ones that is not old. It's Anna Griffin, but I just put it in there because the colors were appropriate. And this is an English to French. It says fun on there. Yeah. And then this is from a sewing book, but I just loved that it had the pink in here. So cute. How to look at fringed edge of a belt. And look at these girls. And look at these girls. Aren't they sweet? With their little ribbon in their hair. So cute. Betty Crocker recipe card for punch. I loved serving sherbet punch way back. It was so much fun to make. Then I have this Spanish to English, and it says beautiful or beauty. There's some, this is how it came, so I just left it. This is how I found it, so I just left it on this card. It has a little old pin, so watch yourself on the pin. It's hem lace. This is a hairstyle in case you want to learn how to make this flip up hairdo or any of these. Look at this one, she's really cool. Came out of a 1960s hairdo from a salon, a hairdo magazine. Then this came out of a book that I got in Australia, and it's just, I thought this was really cute because she's in here with all her friends, and party cooking can be fun. It talks about, look at her shopping. She looks like that lady from The Nanny and the Professor. I don't know if you remember that old TV show. This is a receipt from the 1960s. Then I have 2 vintage playing cards. Look at her from Precious Moments. And then she's on the back too. She's adorable too. So you could use both sides. This is nice weight. This is an article. It's called Nightmare in the Watermelon Pink. I did not read the story, but I just thought it was really such a cute layout with all the ladies all in a row, and I guess she had watermelon pink on. I don't know why it was a nightmare, but anyway, you'll have fun reading that and using that as a cutout. And then I've got my vintage wallpaper book. Yes, this is gorgeous. Some sheets. I actually put a lot of sheets in this. I think there's 5. So you get 5. I love this. It's like tufted. It looks like tufted furniture. And then a little envelope. 2 pieces of wrapping paper. And then 2 sheets of the Anna Griffin. So these are the other, this is what I told you about. This is heavyweight cardstock, and you know it's gonna have some wrinkles and some dings. So that's what you get. And I hope you enjoyed this kit. I had so much fun putting it together, and I hope that you do not have a nightmare in watermelon pink. Sorry for the bell, but thank you so much for coming and visiting me on my YouTube channel, and I hope you come and do some shopping in my shop and enjoy it. Thank you. So it got down into the 70s this week, and I got in the winter mood, so I decided to do a winter, for other people where it's snowing right now, a winter kit. And I've got a few lovely ladies as the center of this kit, and I'll just get started with the small bits first. And I've got 2 vintage buttons, 2 winter hats, a winter bird, one of these little navy blue gold crown cards, tags, a few pieces of vintage paper, and a index card that I stamped with that antique stamp, a Spanish card that says cold. This is a Vogue pattern, and there's not, the pattern's not in it, so this is just the envelope, but you can do all kinds of stuff with this. Amazing. This lovely lady in her winter suit, white winter suit. A vintage playing card. I actually have 2. One is, I believe this is Aspen, and so you ski Aspen, and then this is just a blue vintage card. Sorry, I just hit the camera. Here is a winter fruit pie page from Betty Crocker Cookbook. These 2 lovely ladies in their winter suits. Then I have a book page, Wintertime. So this is winter. There's nothing in here for Christmas. I just wanted to let everybody know, since Christmas is very particular, I thought this would just be for like Winter Wonderland or ski trip or January or something like that. So this is Wintertime. This is, I guess somebody took this out for the carrot nut cake. However, on the back side, the reason why I put this in here was I thought this font saying winter with the snow on it was really cool. So that's why I put this in here if you're wondering. Then I have these 2 ladies from some magazines. This one actually came out of a knitting magazine that I got in New Zealand, and I put that in there. This is from a 60s magazine that I have. And she has on a really cute set. I put in this blueberry wine label, a winter snow scene here with some snowflakes. This came out of one of those little Hallmark books. I think this was a Golden Days, or no, this was, I think, Holly Hobby. I think this was a Holly Hobby. I just put this in for the color. I like to use these to write on the back, use them as tuck spots. They're just fun. The fonts are fun and the graphics are just fun. This is a round playing card. I put in some vintage wallpaper, some play money. This said parka right there, so like a ski parka. Here's a page from Holden. Oh my God, Edith Holden book. It was her craft book. And then you have the Arctic Snow Bear that I put in there, but it says the Arctic Circle. I got this out of an animal book. I think it's a Golden book, if I'm not mistaken. And another page out of the Edith Holden for January, and she has this lovely sweater on, or you have this blankety warm kind of scene. Then I put in some of this Hallmark 1981, just because it's blue, it's wrapping paper. And then I have, this page came out of a 1950s children's craft book, but it has a snowman in it. This is a Betsy McCall coloring book. So one side is colored by the little girl who owned the book, but I figured you could just collage over it or put it down, glue it down, and then she has trying on winter coats. She's so cute. This is I believe this is from 2018, December, but I loved a calendar, but I loved this snowy scene. So I put that in there. And this is a West Tours to Alaska, but I love this Alaska scene. To only do this trip again, right? For a 7-day cruise for $835. Yeah, this is from 1970. No, 1969 or 67. Okay, these two are from those sample books that I have, the designer sample books. And I have these two. Then there is a piece of sheet music which has The Wind Blows Out of the West Country, and also this one that says Midwinter, and you could put like inside. There's one here that says day and night, so there's a lot of fun words you could use on that one. And this is the Blue Winter Kit, and this will be listed in the shop shortly. Thank you. Okay, I'm back with the happy birthday kit. This happy birthday kit is going to be a little customizable because I am going to have you just send me a note via Etsy when you buy the kit and let me know what decade you want, because I have 30, 40, and 50, and I also have the 30, the 40, and the 50 in the flashcards. So if you could let me know, then I will know how to go about sending you what decade you want, and I would be happy to do that for you. The other thing is this is actually from Walt Disney World. One year I went on my birthday, and now I'm gonna gift it in this kit, and it is the pin that you get when you go to the visitor center. They give you this birthday pin when you go on your birthday, so I'm gonna include it in there because there's purple candles on the cake and it matches this kit perfectly. I'm just gonna start with the little things and clear them off. There's a few buttons. There's a vintage button card. There's also a Liz Claiborne tag from somebody. This is a game piece. There's some game money, and there's also a card, a playing card, and 2 bingo sheets. Some people that were in a 1954 yearbook that I cut out. This is a postcard. This is a little note card with an adorable little poodle and a mailbox. It says last from Lois, but you can always cover over that. Unless your name is Lois, that would be a bonus. This is a Dryer Oil Company little ticket. And a purple page out of the stamp collecting thing from the grocery store. Easy Torts from, which it looks delicious, out of the Betty Crocker recipe card library. These are file folder stickers for a typewriter. An index card and a little envelope, and since this was old, it got a little stuck, so I just want you to know that. An index card that I hand stamped with my antique wooden stamp. An old receipt. 2 little purple flowers cut out of a book from Australia. A field guide flower page. 3 quilting squares. I loved this couple. Okay, first of all, the swinger's too funny. But I loved this couple. They look like they're having a great time at the party. Dancing away. 3 1973 labels for wine. A lovely birthday girl. A handwritten, beautifully patinaed recipe card. Some of my vintage 1956 wallpaper. I have only 3 pieces of scrapbooking supplies in here. It's the only newer ones. They're in a Griffin paper, and then some of her flower die cuts that you pop out. The pattern is not in this, it's just the envelope, but it is purple. It's so cute. Oh, another label from a wine bottle. A note card. A piece of stationery. A music flash card. A little card from a florist. 2 pieces of fabric from a decorator swatch book, so it will have 2 holes and some paper on one end. This one doesn't have paper, but it does have the hole, and it has a staple. 2 pieces of wrapping paper. This is the only one that I have of this. It's really fragile. I don't know what year it's from or anything like that, but it's just this really lovely light lavender color. And then some pansies. And then a piece of a map that has purple and green, kind of matches with the colorway. So that is the birthday kit, and again, shoot me a little message and I will put in the number that you need for the receipt and also for the flashcards. Just let me know. And if you don't need any of those, I just have a random, there is a random one here. Oh, there's a 20s too. So yeah. Or I could just send you a random one. Just let me know. And because you don't have to do this for a birthday if you don't want to.